Bharat Maharaj. Chapter 21, Canto 9, the dynasty of Maharaj Bharat. Okay, so here the descendants of Bharadwaj, the son of Maharaj Bharat. In previous chapter we heard that how Bharadwaj was an adopted son of Maharaj Bharat. So his dynasty will be explained, and then there is a very nice story of Maharaj Rantidev. Okay, and then in this section there will be further explanation of descendants of Maharaj, descendants of Bharadwaj. Okay, so this 21st chapter describes the dynasty born from Maharaj Bharat, the son of Maharaj Dushyant, and it also describes the glories of Rantidev, Ajameda, and others. The son of Bharadwaj was Manyu, and Manyu's sons were Brihatshrata, Jaya, Mahavirya, Nara, and Garga. Of these five, Nara had a son named Sankriti, who had two sons named Guru and Rantidev. As an exalted devotee, Rantidev saw every living entity in relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he completely engaged his mind, his words, and his very self in the service of the Supreme Lord and his devotee. He was very famous king, Rantidev. Rantidev was so exalted that he would sometimes give away his own food in charity, and he and his family would fast. Very great devotee he was. Once after, Rantidev spent 48 days fasting, not even drinking water. Excellent food made with ghee was brought to him, but when he was about to eat it, a Brahman guest appeared. Okay. Rantidev therefore did not eat the food, but instead immediately offered a portion of it to the Brahman. When the Brahman left and Rantidev was just about to eat the remnants of the food, a Shudra appeared. Rantidev therefore divided the remnants between the Shudra and himself. Again, when he was just about to eat the remnants of the food, another guest appeared. Rantidev therefore gave the rest of the food to the new guest and was about to content himself with the drinking the water to quench his thirst. But this also was precluded, for a thirsty guest came and Rantidev gave him the water. Okay, this story will come in detail, very nice story. This was all ordained by the Supreme Personality of Godhead just to glorify his devotee and show how tolerant a devotee is in rendering service to the Lord. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being extremely pleased with Rantidev, entrusted him with the very confidential service. The special power to render the most confidential service is entrusted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to a pure devotee, not to ordinary devotees. The special power to render the most confidential service is entrusted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to a pure devotee, not to ordinary devotees. Okay, that's why Srila Prabhupada got a very important confidential service to distribute the holy name of the Lord to all over the world. Garga, the son of Bharadwaj, had a son named Sheni, and Sheni's son was Gargya. Although Gargya was a Kshatriya by birth, his son became Brahmanas. The son of Mahavirya was Duritakshaya, whose sons were of a Kshatriya king. They also achieved the position of Brahmanas. The son of Brihatshrata constructed the city of Hastinapur and was known as Hasti. His sons were Ajamid, Dvimid, and Purumid. From Ajamid came Priyameda and other Brahmanas, and also a son named Brihadishu. The sons, grandsons, and further descendants of Brihadishu were Brihdhanu, Brihdkaya, Jayadratha, Vishad, and Senajit. From Senajit came four sons, Ruchirashva, Dridahanu, Kashya, and Vatsa. From Ruchirashva came a son named Para, whose sons were Prithusena and Neep. And from Neep came 100 sons. Another son of Neep was Brahmadatta. And from Brahmadatta came Vishwakshena, from Vishwakshena Udakshena, and from Udakshena Bhallat. The son of Dwimid was Yavinar, and from Yavinar came many sons and grandsons such as Kritiman, Satyadhriti, Dridhanemi, Suparshva, Sumati, Sannatiman, Kriti, Neep, Udagraya, Yudha, Chemya, Suvir, Ripunjay, and Bahurath. Purumid had no sons, but Ajamid, in addition to his other sons, had a son named Neel, whose son was Shanti. The descendants of Shanti were Shushanti, Puruj, Ark, and Brahmyashva. Brahmyashva had 5 sons, one of whom Mudgal begat a dynasty of Brahmanas. Mudgal had twins, sons, Divodas, and a daughter, Ahalya. From Ahalya, by her husband Gautam, Shatananda was born. The son of Shatananda was Satyadhriti, and his son was Sharadvan. Sharadvan's son was known as Kripa, and Sharadvan's daughter, known as Kripi, became the wife of Dronacharya. Okay. Text number 1. Sri Shukra Vacha Vittatathasya sutanmanyo bhritakshatro jayastataha mahaviryo naro gargaha sankritistu naratmajaha. Sri Shukra Vacha, Sri Shukdev Goswami said, Vitathasya of Vitatha Bharadwaj, who was accepted in the family of Maharaj Bharat under special circumstances of disappointment. Sutat, from the son, Manyu, named Manyu Bhratchatra, Jaya Jaya Tata, from him Mahavira, Naraha, Nara Garga Garga, Sankriti too, certainly Nara, Atmaja, the son of Nara. Shukdev Goswami said, because Bharadwaj was delivered by the Marut demigods, he was known as Vitatha. The son of Vitatha was Manyu, and from Manyu came 5 sons, Bhratchatra, Jaya, Mahavira, Nara, and Garga. Of these 5, the one known as Nara had son named Sankriti. Okay. Second. Gurusya Ranti Devasya Sankrite Pandunandana Ranti Devasya Mahima Iha Mutra Chagiyate. Guru, a son named Guru, Cha, and Ranti Deva Cha, and a son named Ranti Deva Sankriti, from Sankriti Pandu Nandana. O Maharaj Parikshit, descendant of Pandu, Ranti Devasya of Ranti Deva Mahima, the glory Iha in this world, Amutra, and in the next world Cha, also Giyate, are glorified. O Maharaj Parikshit, descendant of Pandu, Sankriti had 2 sons named Guru and Rantidev. Rantidev is famous in both this world and the next, for he is glorified not only in human society but also in the society of the demigods. Vittasya dadato labdham babhukshataha Niskincanasya dhirasya shakutumbasya sidataha Vaitiyur ashtachattvarimshad ahani api bataha kila Ghrita-payas samyavam toyam pratar upasthitam Krichra prapta kutumbasya Tridabhyam jat vepatho atithir brahmana kale bhoktu kamasya chagamat. Vyatavittas of Rantidev, who received things sent by providence, just as the chatak bird receives water from the sky. Dadataha, who distributed to others labdham, whatever he got, labdham, such gains. Bubhukshataha, he enjoyed Niskinchanasya, always penniless, Dhirasya, yet very sober, Sa Kutumbasya, even with his family members, he Dataha, suffering very much, Vyatiyu, passed by Ashtachatvarimsat, 48 Ahani days, Apibataha, without even drinking water. Kila, indeed, ghrit, pious food prepared with ghee and milk. Samyavam, varieties of food grains. Toyam, water. Pratha, in the morning. Upasititam, arrived by chance. Krichra prapta, undergoing suffering. Kudumbasya, whose family members. Chut Tridabhyam, by thirst and hunger. Jata became Bepatho, trembling. Atithi, a guest. Brahmana, a Brahman. Kale, just at that time. Bhoktu, Kamasya, Rantidev, who desired to eat something. Cha, also. Agamat arrived there. Rantidev. Rantidev never endeavored to earn anything. He would enjoy whatever he got by the arrangement of providence. But when guests came, he would give them everything. Thus he underwent considerable suffering along with the members of his family. Indeed, he and his family members shivered for want of food and water. Yet Rantidev always remained sober. Once after fasting for 48 days, in the morning, Rantidev received some water and some foodstuffs made with milk and ghee. But when he and his family were about to eat, a Brahman guest arrived. Okay, so Rantidev was very sober king. Okay, so he was very much devoted to Krishna, very very sober person. Whatever comes just by providence, he will accept that. He will not endeavor unnecessarily, because as is mentioned in Nectar of Instruction by Srila Rupa Goswami, that unnecessary endeavor is not very good for bhakti. Atyahara prayasasya. Okay, so this prayasa, he was not engaged in unnecessary endeavor. Okay, whatever comes just like that, he accept that. But still, if guests are there, then what he'll do? He will give everything to them. That was the glory of Rantidev. Sometimes even there is nothing, but he will give. Whatever is there, he will not think about himself. He will give everything. So here this verse is telling that once he was fasting for 48 days. Okay, 48 days. So Rantidev was fasting, and then when he received very nice food stuff made by like Ghrita Payas Samyavam Toyam Upastitam. Ghrita Payas means made in pure ghee. Okay, so made with milk, payas, ghee. So, but what happened? Krichra Prapta Kutumbasya Bhoktu Kamasya Kale. When he and his family, Kutumbasya, when he achieved that, Kutumbasya Bhoktu Kamasya Kale, he was about to eat that nice food stuff, because 48 days anyway he was fasting, and now he received nice food stuff with ghee and milk, nice. And he is about to eat with his family. Then what happened? Atithir Brahmana cha agamat. A Brahman guest came there. Atithi Brahmana. Atithi, guest. Okay, Atithi, the word itself says that there is no pre-information that I am coming. When I inform someone that I am coming on such day at this time, that is not called Atithi. Atithi means without any tithi, without any intimation, without any information, he just reaches. Okay, so 48 days without water. Ashtachatvarimsad. Ashtachatvarimsad means 48. Chatvar means 48 means 8. So 48. Ahani apivataha vatiyuhu. He spent 48 days. How? Ahani apivita means without even drinking water. And now he is ready to eat. But a Brahman guest came. I can put myself in the situation and think what I will do when such guest come. Okay. Tasmai samya bhajatso ananam adritya shridhyanvitaha harim sarvatra sampashyan sa bhuktva prapayau dvijaha. Harim sarvatra sampashyan. Very great quality of Maharaj Rantidev, that he will see Hari everywhere. Tasmai, unto him the Brahmana, Samya Bhajat, after dividing, gave his share. Saha, he, Rantidev, Annam, the food, Adritya, with great respect. Shraddhya, Anvitaha, and with faith. Harim, the Supreme Lord, Sarvatra, everywhere, or in the heart. of every living being. Sampashan, conceiving. Saha, he bhuktva, after eating the food, prapayeyo, left that place, Dvijaha, the Brahman. Translation. Because Rantidev perceived the presence of the Supreme Godhead everywhere. Harim Sarvatra Sampashyam, because Rantidev perceived the presence of Supreme Lord Krishna everywhere. Adritta Sraddhyanavitaha, he received the guest with faith and respect, because he considered, he understand that there is Krishna within everyone's heart. Adritta Sraddhyanavita, very respect, Shraddha and faith, he received the guest. Saha annam tasmai samvyabhajat. Okay, then what he did? Saha annam tasmai, he gave him a share of the food. He shared the food with him. Okay. Dujaha sa bhuktva prayayo. The Brahmana guest ate his share and then went away. Okay. So because Rantidev perceived the presence of the Supreme God everywhere and in every living entity, he received the guest with faith and respect and gave him a share of the food. The Brahmana guest ate his share and then went away. Okay, so already he was fasting from last 48 days, and then whatever was available, so half he gave to the Brahmana. Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Rantidev perceived the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in every living being. But he never thought that because the Supreme Lord is present in every living being must be God. Very careful. Because many people think, I am God, you are God, everyone is God. The dog in the street is also God. Some very great person said that, why you are looking so much for God everywhere? Cannot you see so many God roaming in the street? That means he's saying, you see in the street so many dogs are there. They are also God. Because everyone is God. Okay, so Prabhupada is saying, Rantidev was considering that God is there within every living entity. Okay, but every living being is not God. Okay. So, but he never thought that because the Supreme Lord is present in every living must be God. Because Krishna, Paramatma is there in everyone's heart, so everyone become God. No, he never thought that. Nor did he distinguish between one living being and another. He perceived the presence of the Lord both in the Brahman and in the Chandala. Okay, Prabhupada is quoting the next shloka, the very nice shloka from Bhagavad Gita. This is the true vision of equality as confirmed by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita. Vidya vinay sampanne brahmani gavihastani suni chaiva swapake cha pandita samadarshina. This is the real learned person's definition. The humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, Pandita, sees with equal vision a learned and a gentle Brahman, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater, outcast, Chandal. Okay, everyone he sees with an equal vision. So that is the definition. That is the vision of Pandita. Okay. So many people says that this Vedic system has this casteism or low class, high class. No, here Vedic system, Bhagavad Gita, where Bhagavad Gita never talks about that somebody is higher caste, lower, or like that. No, equal vision. You know, yeah. Anyone, who is called Pandit, who is called learned, one who sees everyone with a equal vision, that is called Pandit. Vidya vinay sampanne brahmani gavi. Not only in humans, even animals he sees with equal vision. It's not like humans are superior and animals are inferior, so we can kill and eat them. No, it's not like that. We see them also with equal vision. They are also living entities. Paramatma is there in their heart also. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita is talking about the equanimity. Okay, equality. That's why Prabhupada is saying the true vision of equality is this. Not only that humans all are equal, but animals are inferior, so you eat them. No. Okay, Bhagavad Gita never talks. But even the Varnashram, the 4 Varna system, there also Krishna clearly said, okay, that it is created by me, Chatur Varna Maya system, Guna Karma, Vibhaksa, Guna and Karma. So that is still there. Okay, today also there is a, you have to maintain the society like that, right? And there is a learned class people, there is a administrative class people, there is business class people, there are some labor class people. They are still there. Okay, so a Pandita or learned person perceives the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in every living being. So based on this, he sees everyone as equal. Therefore, although it has now become fashionable to give preference to the so-called Daridra Narayan or poor Narayan, Prabhupada is really very against of this thing called Daridra Narayan. Rantidev had no reason to give preference to any one person. Okay, Prabhupada never recommended or appreciated this concept of Daridra Narayan, that you serve the poor. Poor people are Narayan. Prabhupada said once that no, Narayan is never Daridra. He is Lakshmipati. He is always rich. Okay. So the idea that because Narayan is present in the heart of one who is Daridra or poor, the poor man should be called Daridra Narayan is a wrong conception. Okay, some people say because in the heart of poor Narayan is there, so you should call him Daridra Narayan. No, by such logic, very nice. Prabhupada is bringing a nice point. By such logic, because the Lord is present within the hearts of the dogs and hogs, the dogs and hogs would also be Narayan. Yeah, one should not mistakenly think that Rantidev subscribed to this view. So Rantidev was not having this idea. Okay. Rather, he saw everyone as part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hari Sambandha Vastunaha. It is not that everyone is the Supreme Godhead. Everyone is not God. Such a theory, which is propounded by the Mayavada philosophy, is always misleading, and Rantidev would never have accepted it. Okay, so some people may take from this shloka, some people will speculate and they say that even Maharaj Rantidev considered that everybody is God. So Prabhupada is very clearly mentioning here that no, Rantidev never considered that. Okay. 7th. Athanyo bhokshyamanasya vibhaktasya mahipate vibhaktam vyabhajat tasmai vrishalaya Harim Ismaran. Atha, thereafter another guest, Bhokshamanasya, who was just about to eat, Vivaktasya, after setting aside the share for the family, Mahipate of the king, Vihaktam, the food allotted for the family, Vyavajat, he divided and distributed, Tasmai, unto him, Vrishalaya, unto a Shudra, Harim, the Supreme Personality of God, is Smaran, remembering. Okay, Atha Anyah Vivaktasya, therefore, thereafter having divided the remaining food with his relatives, Rantidev was just about to eat his own share when a Shudra guest arrived. So now, first Brahmana arrived, he gave him his share, then he divided with the relatives. Now a Shudra, a guest, arrived. Seeing the Shudra in a relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, King Rantidev gave him also a share of the food. Okay. Because King Rantidev saw everyone as part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he never distinguished between the Brahman and the Shudra, the poor and the rich. No distinction. Okay. Seeing equal. Such equal vision is called Samadarshinaha. Panditaha Samadarshinaha. One who has actually realized that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in everyone's heart, and that every living being is part of the Lord, does not make any distinction between the Brahman and the Shudra, the poor and the rich. Okay, so between Daridra and Dhani, okay, rich man, poor man, Brahman, Shudra, no distinction, equal vision. And that is the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Pandita Samdarshana. Krishna very clearly said that a learned man is the one who sees everyone as with a equal vision. Even the animals. Vidya Vinay Sampanne Brahmani Gavi Hastini. Suni Chaiva Shopakecha Pandita Samdarshana. Even dog eater, even the cow, elephant, a learned man, poor man, everyone with equal vision. Such a person sees all living beings equally and treats them equally without discrimination. Okay, so now here G. Goswami in his Kram Sandarbha explains that previously it was said that he saw the Lord everywhere. Now the words are repeated to show his compassion. Rantidev's compassion. If he saw the Lord everywhere just as Antaryami, since there would be no vision of Jivas, compassion for them would be absent. So therefore he saw the Lord everywhere as being most compassionate. Being touched by the Lord's mood, he became compassionate. After the Lord appeared along with Brahma and Shiva, his devotees presiding over the gunas, the king's devotion for the Lord is finally shown. So it will come in future. Okay, so King Rantidev, with no ambition to enjoy material benefits, offered them obeisances, free of all material desires. He fixed his superior mind with devotion on the Supreme Lord Vasudeva. Okay, so these are G. Goswami is bringing that here. It is anyway further shloka. Okay. Compassion for jivas alone would be an obstacle, as in the case of Bharat. He had no respect for liberation. So, not seeing the bhakti aspect, only seeing compassion also is not good. Like Bharat Maharaj, he put aside his practices, sadhana, bhakti, but he gave more importance to jivas, this compassion. So that was the case of Bharat Maharaj. Ji Goswami saying. Okay, so here then further one shloka is coming there. He is saying that I do not pray to the Supreme Lord for the 8 perfections of mystic yoga, nor for salvation from repeated birth and death. I want only to stay among all the living entities and suffer all distresses on their behalf, so that they may be freed from suffering. This is a okay. Thus, it is not proper that he would perform bhakti that would show only the quality of compassion for jivas. So, bhakti is not limited to compassion only. That is the point here, okay? Because some people say that bhakti means just do charity, that's it. No, bhakti is not limited there. That is just compassion is the one lakshana, characteristics of devotee. याते शूद्रे तम अन्योगाद अतिथि स्वभिर आवृतः राजन में दीयताम अन्नम शगनाय बुभुक्षते. 8th shloka. Yate, when he went away, Shudre, the Shudra guest, tam unto the king, Anya, another Agat arrived there, Atithi guest, Swabhi Avritaha, accompanied by dogs. Rajan, O king, may unto me, Diyatam deliver, Annam eatable, Saganaya with my company of dogs, Bubukshate, hankering for food. So now he gave to Shudra also. So when the Shudra went away, another guest arrived, surrounded by dogs, and said, O king, I and my company of dogs are very hungry. Please give us something to eat. You see, first Brahmana came, so he gave. Then Shudra came. Now another person came with the company of dogs. Okay, so he gave to them also. Okay. Sa adritya vasishtam yad bahumana puroshkritam taccha datva namaschakre swabhya swapataye vibhu. Saha, he, King Rantidev, Adritya, after honoring them, avashishtam, the food that remained after the Brahman and Shudra were fed, yet whatever there was, bahumana purushkratam, offering him much respect, tad, that, cha, also datva, giving away, namha chakre, offered obeisances, swabhya, unto the dogs, swapataye, unto the master of the dogs, vibhu, the all-powerful king. With great respect, King Rantidev offered the balance of the food to the dogs and the master of the dogs, who had come as guests. The king offered them all respect and obeisances. So he is treating everybody as equal, first thing, and he is not thinking about himself that I am hungry from last 48 days. So he is not thinking that. He is just serving the guest with great respect and reverence. Okay, so okay. Paniya matram uchesham तच्चैक परितर्पणम् पाश्यतः पुलकसो अभ्यगात् पाश्यतः पुलकसो अभ्यागाद अपोदेहि अशुभाय मे paniya matram, only the drinking water. So now everything is given first to Brahmana, then he shared with his relatives, then to the Shudra, then the dogs and his dog's master. Now paniya matram, only water is there. Uchesham, what remained of the food, tat cha, that also eka for one. Paritarpanam, satisfying Pashyata, when the king was about to drink, Pulkashaya Chandal Abhyagata came there, Apaha water, Dehi, please give, Ashubhaya, although I am a low-born, Chandal me to me. So you see, from Brahman to the next down, the guest who is coming, from general perspective, it is shown that they are like lower grade, one after one. So the kind of test is there, whether he treats only Brahmana as nicely or he treats everyone, Shudra also, the dog and dog's master. Now Chandal, who is the lowest. So thereafter only the drinking water remained, and there was only enough to satisfy one person. But when the king was just about to drink it, a Chandal appeared and said, "O king, although I am low born, kindly give me some drinking water." You see, very tough test is going on for Maharaj Rantidev, and always we have to remember that he has not eaten anything or not drank anything from last 48 days. Okay, there this kind of situation is happening. Tasyatam karunam vacham nishamya vipul shramam kripaya कृपया भृश संतप्त idam ahumritam vachaha. Tasya, of him the Chandal, tam, those karunam, pitiable, vacham words, nishamya, hearing, vipul, very much, shramam, fatigue, kripaya, out of compassion, brisha santaptaha, very much aggrieved, idam, these ah spoke, amritam, very sweet, vachaha words. Aggrieved at hearing the pitiable words of the poor fatigued Chandal, Maharaj Rantidev spoke the following nectarian words. Maharaj Rantidev's words were like Amrit. Okay, Shukdev Goswami saying the nectarian words. And therefore, aside from rendering bodily service to an aggrieved person, by his words alone, the king could save the life of anyone who might hear them, who might hear him. So this not only just giving them food and all, but his words are also like Amrit, the nectar. Okay, so situation is, Vishnu Chakri Thakur is saying here, there was enough water for only one person, not two. The king thought, I should not take the water for myself. A person would not die, but rather attain perfection by his body, which heard with faith the king's sweet words with his ears. What would happen then if people not only heard the words, but followed them? Okay, so very tough situation now. 12th shloka. Nakamayeham gatim ishwarat param ashtariddhi yuktam apnur bhavam va artim prapadye akhila deha bhajam antha stito yen bhavanti adukha. Not kamaya, desire, aham, I, gatim, destination, ishwarat, from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Param, great, Ashtariddhi Yuktam, composed of the 8 kinds of mystic perfection, Apuna Bhavam, cessation of repeated birth, liberation, salvation. Va, either Artim, sufferings, Prapadya, I accept, Akhil Deha Bhajam, of all living entities, Antaha Stita, staying among them, Yena, by which, Bhavanti, they became Adukha, without desires. Very important. I do not pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead for the 8. So now Maharaj Rantidev is speaking this. I do not pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead for the 8 perfections of mystic yoga, Ashtasiddhi. I don't want. Nor for salvation from repeated birth and death, Mukti. I don't want. I want only to stay among all the living entities and suffer all distresses on their behalf. You see, such a compassionate heart that he is ready to take the pain of everyone so that they may be freed from suffering. This is the compassion. Vasudev Datta, Prabhupada is bringing in purport the example of Vasudev. Vasudev Datta, Vasudeva Datta made a similar statement to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, requesting the Lord to liberate all living entities in his presence. Vasudeva Datta submitted that if they were unfit to be liberated, he himself would take all their sinful reactions. Vasudeva Datta said, all the people should get liberated. But if they are unfit, please give their sin to me and let them go liberated. So he himself would take all their sinful reactions and suffer personally so that the Lord might deliver them. A Vaishnava is therefore described as being paradukha dukhi, very much aggrieved by the sufferings of others. When others are suffering, a Vaishnava feels pain. Okay, so that is the change of heart. Because presently, when others are happy, then I feel pain, and when others are suffering, I feel happy. So that is the hard situation now. So it has to change. When others are suffering, I should feel pain. When others are happy, then after seeing everyone happy, I should become happy. As such, a Vaishnava engages in activities for the real welfare of human society. So the best welfare to the human society is sharing the message of Krishna consciousness. This is said by gopis in the Gopi Geet. So the of all the scriptures, the best is Srimad Bhagavatam, the fruit. It is Nigam Kalpatarur Galitam Phalam. So among all this, if all the Vedic literature is the tree, then what is the best thing in the tree is the fruit, because the whole essence of the tree comes in the form of fruit. So that fruit of all the Vedic literature is Srimad Bhagavatam. And in that Srimad Bhagavatam, the best thing is 10th canto. Okay, and in the 10th canto, the very confidential is Ras, Maharas, those Rasa Panchadhyayi, they say, the 5 chapters of Maharas. In that 5 chapters, the topmost thing is when the Gopi Geet, because that is sang in that mood of great love for Krishna. Okay, when Krishna left, so gopis were remembering the pastimes of Krishna. So more than separation, the love is in experience in the more than union, in separation the love comes more. So they are singing there the Gopi Geet, 18th verses, and in that 18th verses the center is 9th verse. Okay, so the most essential, like you see that eclairs, if you open center fresh, open, the best thing is in the center. So in the center this verse is there. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavi viriditam kalmashapaham. The Tava kathamritam, the nectar of your katha is tapta jivanam. This, all the people are suffering in this material world, and there for these people your katha is like nectar. And bhuvi gridanti te shravana mangalam srimadamtam. This, when these people who are suffering, adi devik, adi bhautik, adi atmik, they are suffering like that. So these people, how they will be benefited? When they hear your Krishna Katha. Shravana Mangalam, your Katha, Shravan is so auspicious. Shravan Mangalam, Bhuvi Gridanti te Bhurida Jana. So the people who are distributing this Krishna Katha to everyone, they are the best benefactor of the world. They are doing the best welfare activity to the human society. Okay, so this is the best thing. Okay, so here Prabhupada is saying that this is the heart of a Vaishnava. He cannot see others suffering, so he helps them. He is ready to take the suffering of others, and he is also tries to give them the best thing. What is that? Krishna Katha, so that they can get free from their suffering eternally. They can become happy. And even you see that Jesus Christ was, Prabhupada said he was a Vaishnava. So when they were crucifying him, he was praying for them that don't, my dear God, don't punish them, whatever, because they don't know what they are doing, and whatever they are doing, the reaction of that you give to me. I am ready to take the reaction of their sins. So this is the heart of a Vaishnava. So here Maharaj Rantidev saying, I shall remain among the suffering beings and take the suffering due to them. What is it? I alone experience the suffering due to all jivas. I can tolerate my suffering, but I cannot tolerate the suffering of others. Okay. 13. Chutrit shramogat paribhramascha dainyam klamaha shok vishada moha sarve nivrittaha kripanasya janto jiji vishor jiv jalarpanana me. Chut from hunger, trit and thirst, shramaha fatigue, gatra paribhramaha trembling of the body, cha also dainyam poverty, klamaha distress, shoka lamentation, vishad moroseness, maha and bewilderment, sarve all of them, nirvrittaha finished, kripanasya of the poor, janto living entity, the chandal, jijivasho desiring to live, jiva maintaining life, jala water, arpanat by delivering me mine. By offering my water to maintain the life of this poor chandal who is struggling to live, I have been freed from all hunger, thirst, fatigue, trembling of the body, moroseness, distress, lamentation and illusion. So he gave the last water which was there, he gave to Chandal, and he is saying that after giving to him, I am feeling nice. Okay. My all hunger, thirst, everything is gone. Okay. So there can be this question that you should also drink little of the remaining water. Okay, some Chandal may say that you should also drink something because you are suffering from thirst. So he's saying, no, I am not. Because after sharing with you, my hunger, thirst, everything is already gone. Offering water to, when I am offering this water to serve you, or a suffering living entity. So my things is already solved. Iti prabhasya paniyam म्रियमाणः पिपासया पुल्कषाया ददाधीरो nisarga karuno nirpaha. Iti thus Prabhasya giving his statement, paniyam drinking water, mriyamanaha although on the verge of death, pipasaya because of thirst, pulkashaya unto the low class chandal, adadat delivered, dhira sober, nisarga karuna by nature very kind, nirpaha the king. Having spoken thus, King Rantidev, although on the verge of death because of thirst, gave his own portion of water to the Chandal without hesitation, for the king was naturally very kind and sober. So he gave this. Okay. Okay, so his mercy arose because his nature manifested the Lord's mercy. Nisarga Karunaha. He was manifesting the nature of Lord. What nature? The merciful nature. Tasya tribhuvanadhishaha faladaha phalam ichchatam atmanam darshayam chakrur maya vishnu vinirmitaha. Tasya before him, King Rantidev, Tribhuvan Adhisha, the controllers of the three worlds, demigods like Brahma and Shiva, Faladaha, who can bestow all fruitive results, Phalam Ichchatam, of persons who desire material benefit, Atmanam, their own identities, Darshayam, Chakru, manifested, Mayaha, the illusory energy, Vishnu, by Lord Vishnu, Vinirmitaha, created. Demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, who can satisfy all materially ambitions men by giving them the rewards they desire, then manifested their own identities before King Rantidev, for it was they who had presented themselves as the Brahman, Shudra, Chandal and so on. So that was the secret, that these demigods were actually taking test of Maharaj Rantidev. So Lord Brahma and Shiva, demigods only came as Brahmana, as Shudra and Chandal. Okay, so they all manifested. Okay, so Vishnu, Brahma and Shiva first showed deceptive forms as Brahmana, a Shudra and a dog keeper to test Rantidev. They then showed their real forms. Okay, so first Vishnu came as Brahmana, then Brahma came as Shudra and dog keeper as Shiva, like that they came. Okay, so 16. सवैतेभ्यो नमस्कृत्य निःसंगो विगत स्पृहा वासुदेवे भगवती भक्त्या चक्रे मनः परम सह he King Rantidev why indeed tebhya unto Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva and the other demigods Namakritya offering obeisances Nisanga with no ambition to take any benefit from them Vigat Ispraha completely free from desires for material possessions Vasudeva unto Lord Vasudeva Bhagavati the Supreme Lord Bhaktya by devotional service Chakre fixed Mana the mind Param as the ultimate goal of life King Rantidev had no ambition to enjoy material benefits from the demigods because the demigods appeared they said we were taking test so we are happy so you asked so he said he had no desire for any benefit from these devatas he offered them obeisances but because he was sexually attached to Lord Vishnu Vasudev the supreme personality of Godhead he fixed his mind at Lord Vishnu's lotus feet he was attached to lotus feet everybody came but he was too much attached to Vishnu so he fixed his mind at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu Shri Narottam Das Thakur has sung अन्य देवाश्रया नाई तोमार कहिनो भाई यही भक्ति परम करना so if one wants to become a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord one should not hanker to take benediction from the demigods simple as stated in Bhagavad Gita kamaste sterirtagyanah prapadyante anya devata those be fooled by the illusion of the material energy who are whose intelligence is taken away by material energy they worship gods other than the supreme personality of Godhead fool people worship other demigod than Krishna intelligent people worship Krishna therefore although Rantidev was personally able to see Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva he did not hanker to take material benefits from them Brahma Shiva is there but he did not he is just focusing on Vishnu. Rather, he fixed his mind upon Lord Vasudev and rendered devotional service unto him. This is the sign of a pure devotee whose heart is not adulterated by material desires. Anya vilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam ankulyena krishnanushīlanam bhaktiruttama. One should render transcendental loving service to the Supreme Lord Krishna favorably and without desire for material profit or gain through fruitive activities or philosophical speculation. This is called pure devotional service. So devotees fully fixed on Krishna. Once Ramanujacharya was going and backside full yatra was there and Lord was also there on a palanquin. It was heavy rain. So they passed in front of a Shiva temple. The Shiva temple people said that to Ramanuja that you come inside temple. Ramanuja said, no. I cannot take shelter of anyone else except Lord Vishnu, Narayan. Okay, so a wife cannot go to anyone else other than her husband. So then after some time, because backside full yatra was there, group. So they were carrying Lord Ranganath on a palanquin. So they came. So because of heavy rain, they just took the Lord Ranganath inside the Shiva temple. So then these people said to Ramanujacharya, see, now at least you should come because even your Lord came inside. So you should also come. So Ramanujacharya said, no, my Lord can have many wives, but I cannot have many husbands. Okay, so because Lord Shiva is devotee, so Lord has so many devotees, but for me, I have only one Lord, so I can take shelter only Narayan. Okay, so Rantidev fixed his mind only to the Vishnu, no other Lord. Okay, only Krishna, Vishnu, Narayan. Ishvara, okay, second last verse. Ishvara lambanam chittam kuruvato ananya radhasaha maya gunamayi rajan swapnavat pratyaliyata. Ishvara Alambanam, completely taking shelter at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Chittam, his consciousness. Kuruvataha, fixing. Ananya Radhasa, for Rantidev, who was undeviating and desired nothing other than to serve the Supreme Lord. Maya, the illusory energy. Gunamayi, consisting of the three modes of nature. Rajan, O Maharaj Parikshit. Swapnavat, like a dream. Pratyaliyat, merge. O Maharaj Parikshit, because King Rantidev was a pure devotee, always Krishna conscious and free from all material desires, the Lord's illusory energy Maya could not exhibit herself before him. So when there is no material desire, Maya cannot allude. On the contrary, for him Maya entirely vanished, exactly like a dream. As it is said, Krishna Surya Sama Maya hoy andhakar. Yahan Krishna taha nahi Maya radhika. Just as there is no chance that darkness can exist in the sunshine. In a pure Krishna conscious person, there can be no existence of Maya. The Lord Himself says in Bhagavad Gita, Devi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mama Eva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. This divine energy of mine, consisting of three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. If one wants to be free from the influence of Maya, the illusory energy, then what one has to do? One must become Krishna conscious and always keep Krishna prominent within the core of his heart. Only this is the solution. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord advises that one thing, always think of Him. Man manam bhav mad bhakto madhya jimam namaskuru. In this way, by always being Krishna minded or Krishna conscious, one can surpass the influence of Maya. Maya metam tarantite. Because Rantidev was Krishna conscious, he was not under the influence of the illusory energy. The word Swapnavat is significant in this connection. Very important. Because in the material world, the mind is absorbed in materialistic activities. When one is asleep, many contradictory activities appear in one's dreams. So many things come in dream. When one awakens, however, these activities automatically merge into the mind. All the dream is gone. Similarly, as long as one is under the influence of the material energy, he makes many plans. I will do this business, that business, so many things and schemes. But when one is Krishna conscious, such dream-like plans automatically disappear. So a person before coming to Krishna conscious, he will plan so many things. When he comes to Krishna conscious, he leaves all the plan and become sannyasi. He leaves everything, comes to temple. Okay. So just as a dream disappears on its own, so Maya also spontaneously disappeared for Rantidev. Okay. Rantidev did not worship anyone else than Krishna. He worshipped only Krishna. He took shelter of the Lord completely. Okay. Okay. Krishna says that one should understand my Maya to be anything other than me, which is perceived and which cannot be perceived without me. It is like reflected light or darkness. Last shloka. तत्प्रसंगानुभावेन रन्ति देवानुवर्तिनः अभवन् योगिनः सर्वे नारायण परायणः. Tatprasanga anubhavena, because of associating with King Rantidev, when talking with him about Bhakti Yoga, Rantidev anuvartinaha, the followers of King Rantidev, that is, his servants, his family members, his friends and others, Abhavan became Yogina, first class mystic yogis or Bhakti yogis, Sarve, all of them, Narayana Prayana, devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, all those who followed the principles of King Rantidev were totally favored by his mercy and became pure devotees attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan. Thus they all became the best of yogis. So Prabhupada is saying that the best yogis or mystics are the devotees, as confirmed by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita. The best yoga is Bhakti Yoga and the best yogi is Bhakti Yogi or devotee of Krishna. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana sraddhavan bhajte yo mam esamam yuktamo mataha. Same yuktamo mataha. Of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. Okay, so who is the topmost yogi? Yoginam api sarvesham. Who is that? Madgatena antaratmana, who is engaged in my service. How? Bhajate, who is doing bhajan, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. How? Sraddhavan, chanting with great faith. Sraddhavan bhajate yomam, with great faith he is worshipping me and he is worshipping me, he is serving me, he is chanting my holy name, hearing my Krishna Katha. Okay, he is the topmost yogi. The best yogi is he who constantly thinks of the Supreme Personality of Godhead within the core of the heart. Because Rantidev was the king and the chief executive in the state, all the residents of the state became devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, by the king's transcendental association. So this is the thing. If king is devotee of Krishna, the whole kingdom, whole citizens, all the citizens can become devotee. This is the influence of a pure devotee. If there is one pure devotee, his association can create hundreds and thousands of pure devotees, like Srila Prabhupada did. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said that a Vaishnava is meritorious in proportion to the number of devotees he has created. How to know how great a devotee is? So you see how many devotees he created. Then you will know that how great devotee he is. A Vaishnava becomes superior not simply by jugglery of words, but by the number of devotees he has created for the Lord. Okay, how many devotees you created? Here the word Ranti Devanuvartinaha indicates that Ranti Deva's officers, friends, relatives and subjects all became first class Vaishnavas by his association. So even in family one is devotee, everyone can become devotee. And if a king is devotee, all the citizens can become devotee, like that. In other words, Rantidev is confirmed herein to be a first class devotee or Mahabhagavat. Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimukte. One should render service to such Mahatmas. For then one will automatically achieve the goal of liberation. Okay, so how one can improve our bhakti? The only way to improve our bhakti, increase our bhakti, is serve pure devotees. That's it. Sri Narottam Das Thakur has also said, Chhadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistar Paiche Keva. If we are not serving Vaishnavas, devotees, we have no hope. One cannot be liberated by his own effort, but if one becomes subordinate to a pure devotee, the door to liberation is open. Very easily one can become pure devotee if he is serving to a pure devotee. Okay, so in this way, this was the story of Rantidev, which came in the dynasty of Bharat. So now further dynasty will be coming from the text number 19 onwards. Okay, that is the second part of this chapter that we will do tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So if there is any question. Hare Krishna.